Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 is here. Finally, after 2 years, we can finally see it. What is this? A flashback arc? Yep, this is exactly what this new season of Jujutsu Kaisen is. It is a flashback arc to the time when Gojo was a second year, with Geto still being in the academy until he decided to become a racist. More specifically, calling anyone who is a non-sorcerer a monkey. A fucking monkey. The disrespect is immaculate. But then again, this man is too beautiful, so it's okay. He could call me any derogative term and I would happily abide by it. So this part of the story would take place about 12 or so years before Itadori's story takes place. And Yuta's story is only about a year before Itadori, since he is a second year and Itadori is a first year. What's got me confused at first was that I thought this entire season would just consist of the flashback arc, even though I do love Gojo. I mean, who doesn't? But it's been 2 years and I need to see what the fuck is going on with, especially during the present time. This season does consist of 24 episodes, just like the previous, and this flashback arc only really consists of 5 episodes. There will be an episode dedicated to a recap of the Jujutsu Kaisen 0 movie, and as well as a season 1 recap. And then the last 18 episodes will be on the Shibuya incident arc, which is, from what I heard, to be bonkers. But we aren't here to talk about that, but rather about this arc we're about to see. This arc is meant to focus on the friendship between Gojo and Geto that has been teased for a bit now and throughout what we have seen, because they have mentioned that they were best friends and what led Geto to becoming the way he is now. What I'm most interested in seeing is how they work together as a team, because individually both of them are strong beyond anyone's comparison. But now, if you were to combine these two together, imagine the havoc they could cause, even if Gojo decided to be a racist. I'm kidding. Geto isn't a racist. He's a fucking mega racist. But just from the first episode, you can just tell that these two have their own ideologies of what they think is right, and that it was something that was just waiting to blow up on them eventually. And you can see both of them are just about to fight when Geto brought up how the weak will only help each other, but rather discourage anyone that they deem too strong. While Gojo scores the craziest bucket known to mankind, Steph Curry's got nothing on this white-haired Japanese man. I mean, think about it. No one could defend him since no one could get close to him. Okay, back to what I was talking about. I can see the little sparks that are between Geto and Gojo, and then we'll be seeing it throughout the arc. Then we are also introduced to our villain of this arc, which none other than Koji Fushiguro. Why does that last name ring a... Nope, no idea. He was a former member of the Zenin family until he decided to drop it and take his wife's name, which is Fushiguro, and is now known as an infamous assassin called the Sorcerer Killer, which, I mean, it doesn't sound too good for our main characters, seeing as they are all sorcerers. Though, just from the looks of it, he just seems like he could fuck up anyone he sees. To which I'm very excited to see where this goes with him as the antagonist for this arc and what his relationship is like between him and Megumi. I mean, I don't think it's any good seeing as he's a fucking antagonist, but still curious. There are other characters that we will get to see in this flashback arc, and it'll be interesting to see the characters we have seen from the present to see what they're like back in the past, since people can be very different in the 12 years span. I mean, look at Geto. Man is joking around, messing with Gojo, and now in the present is calling humans monkeys. Though I am glad that this arc isn't too long of an arc as from what the story seemed to consist of, and doesn't seem like it needs that many episodes to tell what happened during this time and place. I think by making this season go through 2 cores was a smart idea instead of doing a whole separate season for the Shibuya incident arc, since it would already been 2 years since we had last seen what was going on during the present time. What is also something to look out for during this season, well, especially the specific arc, is that Gojo was able to unlock his full potential of his powers during this time, because he wasn't always this strong, or of how strong we've known him to be, just like how he was in the first season. But this is the point where we get to see him unlocking his power to its full extent. And I think by having this arc is so important, because while this may be an arc between Gojo and Geto, it is also an arc where you get to see more of Gojo and why he is the way he is and what's led him to become this way. From what I know about the Shibuya incident arc, it's definitely something we need to keep our eye out for, because it is fully packed with a whole lot of stuff that I don't think anyone is prepared for. Which is the thing about Jujutsu Kaisen, is that they aren't afraid to do something drastic to their characters, which I feel like is a problem with a lot of characters, that writers are always too afraid of losing these characters. Which is why when someone is watching and they see that something terrible might be happening to the character they love, they may not think anything drastic will happen to them, because the writers are just too scared to do anything about them. Like, they aren't willing to take a risk with the character, which I don't think Jujutsu Kaisen has this problem at all. They're willing to do whatever it takes to take the story to the next level. All in all, I'm very excited to see where this story goes and see the bond between Gojo and Geto. Like, who doesn't love to see the wacky and dumb relationship between Gojo and Geto, all while being in the academy together, as well as see how much Toji can really be a threat in his relationship with Megumi later on. I mean, that's not really important, it's just something I am really interested in knowing, but you'll get what I mean. I'm definitely going to be following this season until the end, and may along the way make more videos on specific parts, and like a Toji Fushiguro video, which I don't know if I will, but it's something of an idea I might do. But until then, please leave a like and subscribe.